and welcome to Nerdsplaining podcast again. I'm your host, Eric Da Silva. With me, as always, my co-host, Jose Romero.
Greetings, salutations, nerds around the world, and of course, co-host Eric, who's been a few weeks since been on air, if you will, on the eve of Easter. Happy Easter too.
Listen,
Everybody
Jesus,
out there?
the world's. I was gonna say first superheroes. Like, no, that's not true at all. There's so many other superheroes before Jesus. He's the most famous of the rebirth, or comeback.
They just don't die and come back in films either, guys. They happen in real life, apparently. So, an old trope, if you will.
Deities have been doing it for millennia. It's just one of those
There
things.
you go. The Christians had it right from the beginning. You know, they knew it was it was a multiverse Jesus. Oh, we know.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Across the Jesus-verse. I dare.
Happy Easter.
I dare, like Angel Studios, to do a multiverse Jesus verse.
That'd be kind of interesting, though. Is a world where Judas does not betray Jesus? How about that?
Oh, man. That's...
Maybe it's Peter. Paul, I don't know.
No, there's a world where Judas is the Jesus. Just
man, there you go. Jesus and Judas betrays Judas. How about that? We're off to a great start. Oh, man. It's been a while, but not a whole lot's gone on. Some trailers we'll talk about, a couple shows dropping. We did. I know. See, I thought about this. I know you were a fan. I know growing up, still are, of course, of old school martial arts films, kung fu movies, and all that. So we're gonna dedicate this show to the great, legendary Chuck Norris, who is now missing in action. Oh, too soon. Get it? Missing in action for those who aware of his film. You know.
I don't know if you know this, but the minute Chuck Norris died, he went straight to heaven because the devil was too scared of him. That's the kind of person.
That's what it is, man. That's
Chuck
who
Norris
he is.
is.
If he's really dead, I don't believe it. But yeah, I think we both big into martial arts, and he's legendary for sure. He was not only an actor, he was a legit fighter.
Legit fighter.
Legit fighter. He's ain't Steven Seagal.
You got to think it this way. Anyone who knows him is just Texas Walker Ranger, Texas Ranger.
No.
Yeah, like that was him collecting money in his retirement phase. Like he was like, "Oh, this is cool. I'll just do this."
Well, this is him finally cashing in, right? 'Cause that was his real big role in terms of mainstream, for lack of a better word, right? But before that, there's a lot of
70s and 80s. That dude was the dude.
Yeah, it was legit, man. He was
top 10 dudes.
Yeah, he was fighting. He fought Bruce Lee, one of the films.
Bruce Lee
movie, among others. So yeah, for sure. But so man, anybody can go if he can go. We're all fucked. Whatever. It's too bad that I think he would have made a perfect casting for Batman 2, and that's where we start here, because apparently nobody wants to play the role of what's this guy, Two-Face's dad, of course.
Harvey Dent's dad.
Harvey Dent's dad, who we talked about before. Brad Pitt being mentioned.
Sure.
He turned it down. There was Daniel Craig. He turned it down. I heard rumors about De Niro. I don't know if that's true or not, but whatever. What's this other guy? Liam Neeson turned it down. Nobody wants this role, apparently. Now this, I don't think it's official. Maybe, I don't know, but this talks about Viggo Mortensen perhaps taking on that role.
Well, I mean, listen.
It's a good choice, but what's going on with this, man? Does nobody want this guy? Nobody wants to be the Batman?
It sounds like they're trying to go for like top tier and maybe just bring it down a notch. Maybe just bring it down over here.
I mean, Viggo is bringing it down, is he not?
Viggo's still top tier, man.
Is he top tier?
He does a lot of art movies because he doesn't need to make the money anymore. So he does. So, but because he's done his due diligence, he put in the work, he hit the franchise. Now he just does it whatever he wants to do. Viggo is almost in a who's the dude who won the Oscars for like Last of the Mohicans and Lincoln and
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, he's very Danny Day-Lewis in that sense. I put both of them in it. Like you look at Viggo Mortensen's body of work, there's a full commitment to same thing. Like honestly, I put both of those guys right there.
He's great. I just don't know if he's that. I mean, he's not Brad Pitt in terms of notoriety.
Oh no, he's not. He's not asses in seats.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think he's the next level down in terms of, Brad Pitt, Daniel Craig, those are upper level guys, right? Those are names.
What's
brands.
George Clooney doing?
You might as well. I mean, it's gonna end up being Clooney. I don't know who they're gonna get. I'm gonna get Seth Rogen at this point, who's on everything else anyway. So why not put him in this? Nobody wants this role, man. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. Dude. What does that say? I don't know if it's anything to say about the movie, the script, the character. I
No,
don't
everybody
know.
wants in. They just don't want something about this character is so irreprehensible. They're like, I can't
Maybe,
do this.
maybe I don't. Well, I don't know. I don't know because we've seen
Maybe they
actors.
revealed that Harvey Dent's dad molested him, and that's what caused the two-faced persona. And what actually wants to be associated with him being the guy who molested Harvey Dent
I
into
mean,
villainy? Like that's a lot. Maybe
maybe you're right, dude. I
that's what
don't
I'm
know.
saying.
It's
Like, especially with all the stuff with the Epstein files in the air, nobody wants to even
that,
pretend to be a pedo. Like,
that's
no,
what I'm
pedos are
saying,
garbage.
dude.
We don't want. It's
Like I.
easier these days to pretend you're a Nazi in a movie than a pedophile. Like, understand that is what's going on. Maybe that's what we're.
Yeah,
I don't want to touch it.
I don't know. I guess I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's right because apparently, and these are all names. I'm sure that they've thrown money out there. This is not a small
They're probably gonna
project.
have to go. They have to go for
I
an
don't know.
unknown or almost dead, like Rutger Hauer. It's got to be something.
Well,
It's either
this
almost dead or like
I
completely unknown.
that
A character actor.
at this point it's gonna have to be because no one else wants it. They're gonna have no choice but to hire
So you
someone.
save a
Like,
couple of bucks, you get a character actor.
yeah.
Bing bang boom
But
bop.
but
Your uncle, we got a bad
but I
pizza.
mean, listen, you don't need a big name for this anyway.
You really don't.
You really don't, right? You got the big names already. You know, we already have was it obviously Pattinson. We got Sebastian Stan. What's it? Johansson?
Scarlett Johansson, right?
Is
Isn't
it
she in it too?
Johansson? Yeah, yeah.
You
She's
you
in
got
it.
names.
You got names.
You don't need any more.
You don't need any. That's what I'm saying. So whatever. But I mean, I guess they're trying to get it. They want some gravitas to the role. Maybe I don't know. Maybe obviously got a bigger role than we think. I don't think they're offering like a 2 minute role to like these other guys.
What if
Daniel
they? What if
Craig
they?
and Brad Pitt. I don't know. I don't see it.
I was gonna say a horrible choice, and I took it back because like I don't need this on the internet. I will tell you later off camera, and you'll
Fair
remember
enough.
that.
We'll save
forever.
that little nugget for later. But yeah, it's weird, man. Like I never seen like so many people turn it down allegedly or whatever. It's all unconfirmed, but it's pretty confirmed. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Maybe I don't.
Al
And I don't think
Pacino needs money.
you know, Al Pacino might as well. No, he's probably way too old. Brad Pitt's in his 60s. He's not young, but he looks good for his age, of course.
He looks great for 60.
He looks fantastic. We should all be so lucky. He made his deal, much like Mario Lopez, of course, has the exclusive rights to looking young. Get Mario Lopez for that. Fuck that. Make it say better Belton. So yeah,
I heard
that's
Mario
odd.
Lopez
So,
say he's young because he feeds off of gossip. That's how he just survives.
maybe I don't want to say. But whatever. I mean, we'll see. Look, I think it's just about to begin filming.
Okay.
From what I hear, so we'll see something soon because now I'm really curious who they
Look,
got.
worst case scenario, just get James Gunn's brother to do it. He's in it.
Yeah, he does. That's true. Put him in there. He does everything anyway, dude. Whatever, dude. Fuck it. So yeah, so that was interesting. Let's go to Doomsday. It's good because this is interesting because we talked about this before. The theaters are prepping for Doomsday, of course, with Dune coming out the same day and Dune getting all the IMAX screenings for the 2 or 3 weeks, whatever the case is, kind of leaving Marvel on the cold. I always thought, like, not we talked about it before, like months, a year before when this was announced. I really thought Dune was gonna move.
I thought so too.
I mean, that's just it's a brave game of chicken y'all playing. But apparently, surprisingly, there's been a lot of talks, nothing's set in stone yet. Talks that maybe Doomsday may move back. I never thought I would say that, dude. No balls on Marvel, dude. They would stick to your guns. They're gonna move back. They're afraid of Dune. I never thought I'd see the day, dude.
I don't know if they're afraid of Dune or they just want that clear layup just for stats. Like there
I think they're gonna get it anyway. To be honest with you.
Well, I know, but here's the thing. You know when you brag #1 opening weekend, right? That's the
It was
whole
gonna
big
be
brag.
#1 anyway. Dune was never gonna be Marvel, dude. Sorry.
But Marvel wants.
Ever.
I think Marvel wants that clean number. Like they want.
Look, don't get me wrong. I think it's a smart choice from a
Right.
business standpoint. So I
And
get not that.
to me, they just need the optics of like this is what we're gonna this every week afterwards. This is where we're gonna hit clean here, and then we're gonna have like a second week where there's obviously gonna be a dip because it's second week and it's Dune, but third week it's Christmas, and so you get that other bump on that, and so I think
it's funny because Jumanji, they knew what was up. They got the fuck out of the way. Because
Right.
Jumanji was coming out the week before, they moved to the week after, which is Christmas, which is a smarter move. That's a family film that does well.
Absolutely.
That does well, and that movie will do well.
Yeah.
But now that brings more competition for that second weekend, for third weekend for both those movies. Because Jumanji does eat. It will eat. Yeah, I guarantee you that right now. That
Jumanji's
movie
gonna
will make
eat,
money.
but
It's
I'll
gonna eat.
tell
It's
you
gonna eat
what.
well. It's gonna eat well.
I'll tell you what.
They all
Jumanji
are.
just went from definite first or second opening weekend to second, third opening weekend.
No, not the one. Because remember, it's assumed Marvel moves.
Right,
Taking that assumption. If Marvel
right.
moves, I think they win its weekend in Christmas. Jumanji.
I think Marvel will still,
Because
if it
remember,
doesn't hit first again.
that'll be third week Marvel with Dune. I don't see it going 3 weeks. It
I
just
see
doesn't.
I see it going until January, like first week of January.
Not number one. I
Oh no, not number
Jumanji.
one. I'm just saying with legs going
No,
on.
no, no, no.
But
No,
I see.
I'm talking about
Oh,
releasing number one.
okay.
Jumanji released number one, and
Well,
that weekend's what I'm saying.
I honestly, the way I see it is if Marvel moves it a week early, number one, their opening week, obviously.
Of course.
Number two, second week. But my bold claim, third week, number one again.
Not Jumanji. I think that's what Jumanji was smart. They had some real people back there because they knew it was. I think it's Warner Brothers, if I'm not wrong. I think it's Warner Brothers.
Possibly.
Maybe it's not. I don't know. But they knew. They get the fuck out. They like, we want no piece of this. They moved on to what was a better weekend. So, but yeah, Marvel movie.
Remember when Drake and Kendrick Lamar started beefing, there was a third rapper, and he just like, no, I don't want to smoke.
Hey, I'm out. I know you guys. Sometimes you just gotta know when to call it quits. So they're smart on them, but I'm shocked that with this point, not that it's going to happen. I think it should. If they're smart, they move back.
Right.
And maybe they can gain a week of IMAX theaters. Because there's nothing really. I think Jumanji would have had it when Dune came out.
Right.
For what that's worth, I guess there's a lot of money in IMAX. It makes sense. I think it's a smart move. If it stays where it's at, I think it's a mistake.
Yeah.
It's a mistake. Listen, it's a business at the end of the day. It really is. And
now, is it something where I wish Marvel would stick their ground? And here's what I think what the logistic of it comes down to. It really is the IMAX. Going head to head with IMAX blocked out for 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
What, 3 weeks?
Don't have 3 weeks, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. So like Marvel's like, fuck it, let's at least give us 1 week of IMAX.
No, of course, I agree. I mean, I think from a business standpoint, not for us. Well, even for us because we get it a week early. I take it back. We get it a week early. We shouldn't complain.
What better way to incentivize Marvel people to get the opportunity to do IMAX and compounding in 7 days? 7 days, you got to make this run to get your IMAX.
No, for this, they should move it. All jokes aside, playing chicken. They should move it. It's a smart choice. If they don't, I think that's a grave error in their end. I really do.
Yeah, you want to build that stockpile of views in every format for at least a week, and then fight everyone else.
Yeah. This is like, I think I heard the second most expensive movie behind the last Avatar. This movie has to make 1.4, 1.5 just to break even. I think that's what happened to Avatar 3. Just to break even, for Christ's sake.
Right.
And going up against Dune head on, I don't know. And Marvel's not the same place it was 5-6 years ago. But whenever Infinity, I think it was more than that, 7 years ago, whenever that came out. 7 years. It's not in the same place, right? So, yeah, I'll be shocked, man. So let's see. I mean, I have many announcements yet. There's still plenty of time before then. So whatever. But there's other Marvel stuff coming out, and we got some new trailer to back that up, and that's Spider-Man.
I know.
Dropping its trailer, highly viewed, which is no big surprise. I mean, I think that's Marvel's, Sony's it's Sony's crown jewel. But
there's highly viewed because people are hungry and they just want to see something, and then there's a highly viewed because it's worth the view. And I will say, this Spider-Man trailer, definitely worth the view. It gives a really good idea of what you're going to see without revealing why you're seeing what you're seeing. It was a really smartly put together trailer.
Yeah, it was and it's a good trailer. And that's, I'll give Sony this because Sony handles the marketing, and Marvel could learn a few things from that. Because they're the same thing with the last Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Right.
There's even a scene. There's a scene, I guarantee you, they erase somebody, and you know what I'm talking about.
The ninja scene.
The ninja scene, very similar to what we saw in No Way Home. It was the same kind of scene. He was jumping. It's
almost,
God's little originality does go a long way, but whatever. Fine, it is what it is.
Hey, if it works, it works.
I guess, but I mean, we'll start there because there's a scene where he jumped. The hand is coming across, the members of the hand. you know there's someone at the bottom of the screen. I
Yeah,
don't know who that
it
is.
is really blatant that there's somebody underneath Spider-Man.
Yeah, I've heard it could be Daredevil, but that doesn't make any sense because that's the guy you want to feature. Hiding him doesn't do any good. 8 people watch that show.
Well, no, that goes against the whole No Way Home. You want to feature both Spider-Man, and they hid them until
They
opening
they
weekend.
did,
So
but Daredevil doesn't draw nobody. Let's not kid ourselves.
I think honestly, Daredevil.
Despite, I'm not saying it can't be him, but to hide him is ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. He's not worth hiding him. It's just he's
I
not the
think
very
he's
character.
worth the hide. I think he's worth the
He's
hide
not.
only because of the way.
He's not worth the hype.
I think.
I
Wait,
promise you. It's not worth the hype.
Listen. I think he's worth the hide only because of the way Daredevil's season is going to end. Because it's season 2.
Yeah, I get it, but
then
10
the
people.
Punisher
Listen,
and then Spider-Man.
10 people watch. I don't know what you're getting. Your thoughts are. I promise you, 10 people watching the show. It doesn't make sense. We're talking business. I get it. That could be the greatest show. It's not. But if it is, you think it's the greatest show ever. I get it. Everyone who watches the show is the greatest show in the history of mankind. 10 people only think because 10 people only watch that show. I'm telling you, financially, it's dumb to hide Daredevil or to put him in that scene to begin with. It's not going to impress anybody.
I disagree.
I guarantee you, because I believe I've talked, and this is I talked to non-comic book fans. I mentioned Daredevil. They don't know who the fuck that guy is. My wife, who's seen this show on Netflix, could give 3 fucks, and she loved the Netflix show. She loved Daredevil. She can give 3 fucks. I'm telling you, people are not gonna care about. Listen, I love Daredevil, and so do you, I'm sure. But just because you like it doesn't mean it's a good idea. At the end of the day, hiding him makes no sense. It doesn't put having 2 different Spider-Mans that puts butts in seats. Oh my God, that draws the crowds. Someone says, "Dude, who's Daredevil?" Who? That's what you can get from the casual fan. Who? I promise you. It's not even like I'm thinking. Maybe it is. If hiding somebody is someone worth note. Maybe it's the Hulk. Open the Red Hulk or whatever. That makes more sense. That's going to draw more buzz than Daredevil ever will.
Listen. If you have the Hulk, you're going to need more than 6 inches. So,
you gotta give them. They gotta try. They're not gonna run away. So I'm just saying it's the Hulk. I'm just saying someone like that or whoever. It just if him, be like,
I disagree. I disagree.
I mean, you like it, and I think I like it.
And I also have heard allusions to what season 3 is going to be. So it makes sense whether you have to hide who's there. So I don't want to spoil anything right now because we're still going to talk about the current season. But like, if it's going to end with season 2 going into season 3 ends where it's going to end, it makes sense why they're hiding it.
And it does. I get what you're saying. For the 10 people who watch this, I'm with you. Continue. I will sit there and say that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. But me and you, the only ones are going to be saying that.
And I mean, fair. I also think there's, I know you're hyperbolic on your 10, but
right, okay, 20. But no one watches these shows, and I think the numbers bear it out. The numbers, if you extrapolate them, tickets sold, maybe $20 million. That's bupkis. That's bupkis for movies that need to make 120, 140 to begin to break even because movies are so expensive.
Sure.
Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit about it, I'm telling you. If it was Moon Knight, nobody would care. You would love it.
I mean,
and I might like it.
If you told me Moon Knight, I would be like,
you would love it. You would walk around naked on the streets. You walk on the street. I'm just saying. But you would like,
no.
Of course, you be streaking on the quad.
More name recognition than.
That's what I'm saying. Daredevil's not everything. Daredevil is not brand recognition. He's just not. I love Daredevil, but he's not. It is what it is. It's not my fault. I don't tell people not to watch the show. People don't watch the show. What are you gonna do? It is what it is. So I don't know. From a business standpoint, you want to say nobody watches Daredevil, but let's make him the big surprise. Okay, that to me is senseless. It's a senseless of staying with Dune on opening weekend. It really is. It really is. And I know you want to see him, and it could very well be him. And if it is, no one's gonna give a fuck about us. That's just the bottom line.
But I still win. So that's fine for me. I could just win a little bit. I'm good with that.
Of course, that for us it'd be great. But it won't draw butts and seats, and ultimately that's what Marvel needs right now.
Who else do you think it could be?
I don't know. Put somebody else. Put Jean Grey there, who we all know is going to be in this movie.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm just saying that makes more sense. X-Men, because it hasn't been really officially said she's Jean Grey as far as Sadie Sink. We all know she's Jean Grey. Who are we kidding here? Even the trailer kind of alluded to that, right? We all knew what's up.
I mean, if you think about it, if it is Jean Grey, she is X-Men Jesus. So
She is actually with the multi-Jesus verse where it's just coming on to fruition. It's
it's all
coming
right
together here in
there.
Easter. I could see that maybe. It's not Punisher because he can't jump down anyway.
No, it's not Punisher.
Obviously, so I don't know. I hope they don't bring another Spider-Man. Don't
Ooh,
do the
ooh,
same dog trick
ooh,
again. I don't want to see that.
ooh.
you know?
Unless because they're just throwing shit out there in this movie because it is a movie.
Mhm.
You have Punisher get a hold of some old Iron Man armor and he converts it to his Punisher Iron Man armor. This happens in the comics. I wouldn't mind seeing that, like a Punisher out War Machine
Right.
kind of Iron Man armor for his Punisher. Like that would be kind of dope. I
Listen,
would say you take that out. So
I'm all for the Punisher. I won't put butts in seats, but I'm all for the Punisher. I love the Punisher. I
he's
love
already
John
in
Barron
it.
thoughts.
So I'm just saying
He's in
he's
it, of
already in it.
course, of course. So I mean, is it? I don't know, but yeah, overall, I mean, it's. I people complain it seems overstuffed, and I can see that point.
I
There's like
disagree. I feel
there's
like
4 or 5 there's 4 or 5 billion. It'd be nice. This has always been my complaint about Spider-Man's that it's okay to make a Spider-Man just a Spider-Man. We just need like a nice,
I feel like
good
this one's gonna be just a
ground
Spider-Man,
level. This
but
this one's no. This was like Jean Grey already. So it's gonna steal the show. We already have the Hulk's gonna steal even more of the show. We got Punisher, maybe Daredevil, whoever's in that missing picture. We got like 4 or 5 enemies already there.
but that
We see
is
what multiple enemies does. The last two Spider-Man had multiple enemies. Did not pan out too well.
the that is a Spider-Man comic. He's always having guest stars in his book, and
Oh,
or like having villains team up. It happens like every 3 issues.
that's fine. And
So
next time they say come into theaters than you can read this comic, I'll be all with you right there. But when they say come see this movie, I don't want to read a comic. The point is, it's a lot, and it's nice to see a Spider-Man movie. Is that too much to ask for? Can we get a Spider-Man movie? That's all we want. But we never got a Spider-Man movie from this new iteration. It's always Iron Man's taking crowd. Like 8,000 villains are here. There's multiverse shit going on. It's just like, dude, come on, man. That. I get why people may be complaining about that. It's a valid complaint and it's troublesome because this seems like this reeks of Thor. Which one is it? The third one, the second one? Maybe the third one.
Ragnarok.
Not Ragnarok. No, not Thor. It was Avengers. The one with the robot guy. What's it? Ultron.
Age of
Age of
Ultron.
Ultron. It was like, yeah, we're setting up 800 movies and forgot. Oh, by the way, we're supposed to be working on this current movie. This is what this feels like.
You think so?
Potentially, it's setting up a lot. It's setting up a
I
lot.
to
Because
me, I feel like
I don't need Spider-Man to set up X-Men. I really don't. Would I love to see them all there?
no,
I wish
he's
they're
not
all.
gonna set up X-Men.
I
think
wish
he's
they
gonna
could
set up
take.
Jean Grey.
They could
That's
Spider.
it.
That's X-Men. They can take Spider-Man out and just forget him, put Jean Grey, and I'll be even happier. To be honest with you, I don't need this. I don't need to be introduced to a new world. Particularly with now, it's just.
Once
I
again,
just want a Spider-Man movie.
well, listen. Here's the thing. We're talking about the business of things, right? And remember,
But
Sony.
that business hasn't worked for them, for
Wait,
Sony or for Marvel.
wait. Sony puts the money in. Marvel produces a movie. So Marvel's like, oh, we're gonna produce a Spider-Man movie. We'll tell you a Spider-Man story, but we're gonna use this also to like set up 3 of the things for our universe that we save money in because we're putting all on
Listen,
here.
I get
So
it. I get that. To quote Ian Malcolm, it's because they were too worried about whether they should.
yes,
You
that is
know, I
true.
get it. They can do whatever they want. They can put a million characters for all I give a fuck. The point is, they shouldn't do that. That's the point, right? They say the focus is more on
would say-
advancing. Like so, Marvel's gone wrong in the last few years. That they're more concerned about what's coming up than what's right in front of them. And this movie's kind of potentially fall into that same routine. It was like, well, we gotta set up Doomsday because the last 5 years.
Honestly, I don't think
has
this
not.
movie. I feel like this movie's gonna be a lot like Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's happening.
Oh,
No, not in the quality, you dummy. What I'm saying is like, you know how like it didn't address Infinity War until the end, the post credits we
right.
got to Infinity War. I feel like if it does do anything, it's gonna be the post credit. The movie's gonna be the movie. It's gonna have nothing to do with Doomsday. I think the movie's the movie. That I do believe.
Well, not just, but well, the X-Men is already part of Doomsday. We know this.
Right.
Right, so there is tie-ins, and I think it's like we don't need Jean Grey here. Like I get it, and it's cool. I would love to see Wolverine. Doesn't mean he should be in this movie either. I just like okay, cool, he's there, great. Does he need to be there? Because now this becomes a Jean Grey show.
I don't think because of Jean Grey show. Jean Grey is literally a guest star. It's like Spider-Man guest starring Jean Grey. Jean Grey is guest star. She is second or third fiddle. That's where she's gonna be.
And that's fine. I don't want an orchestra. Can I get a solo? How about that? Can I get a Spider-Man movie? That's what I'm saying. We haven't had a Spider-Man movie yet, and God knows how many years.
Well, I
Spider-Verse
knew
will
we
be the
had
only
two
one,
Spider-Man movies.
and
We
that
had the first Homecoming and
that was
Far From Home were
a movie where he's just a second fiddle to Tony Stark.
no way. The whole
Just
movie
what
is about Peter Parker.
the whole
Tony
it's just
Stark show
it's all about Tony Stark helping him, Tony Stark giving the suit, Tony Stark doing this.
it's
I
a
gotta
father
appease Tony
figure.
Stark.
That's a father figure, not the movie
We
though.
right. It was a Tony Stark show.
That's like saying I watched Rocky, but because Paulie's there, technically it's a Paulie movie. No, it's not. It's
It
a
is
Rocky movie.
if Paulie's the
father
draw,
figure.
because no one ever thinks in his wildest dreams that Tom Holland outclasses Iron Man. Sorry, it doesn't.
Yeah, he does when he's not around, which is why
He
he's not
never,
around a lot.
but he was around. That's the point. He was there. It was the Iron Man show. This is my suit. He's giving me his tech, his instructions, training like a kid. And now it's like Spider-Man on training wheels is what that was. I'm not saying
But
that's
he
not a good
literally
movie.
was the training wheels protocol. I mean,
But we don't need Spider-Man training wheels. We want Spider-Man.
But Spider-Man is still figuring out how to be Spider-Man. So
how many movies does it take? It was a superhero. The first.
But
act.
by then the second movie,
the second was the same thing. Now we gotta bring in Nick Fury, and it's still the tech and all the glasses and Tony Stark and his legacy. That was all part of that film. That had his fingerprints all over it. It did.
But it was
it is what it is, man.
Tony Stark was the MacGuffin of the movie or the setting, but he had no.
He was everything. There was no the technology, the stuff the villain was there because of not even because of Spider-Man, because of Tony Stark.
Yeah, so there's legacy to it, but that movie was all Tom Holland.
If you say so,
I do.
He was in it, but that movie it reeks of. Let's put more stuff in.
I feel like
not his thing.
You're being way too nitpicky.
They're
to sell the narrative that you want to do in this one. No,
well,
if you want more, if you just want more street level and less other cosmic forces around, that's a legitimate criticism. But to say you don't have a Spider-Man movie, that's crazy. We've had Spider-Man.
I'll put it to you this way: we've seen Spider-Man outside of Marvel.
What do you mean?
None of them had Tony Stark.
Right.
Outside of that mark. None of them others are the bullshit. Sure. And you got really good quality, high praise Spider-Man films, animated and live action. Marvel has done nothing to do that. They've crammed it in because it's part of the MCU, and I get it. I'm not saying they weren't good. I'm just saying, can we get a change of pace and do just a sole Spider-Man film about Spider-Man and not about we got to bring in every other character from the MCU and start setting up shit up for the future.
Well, that's part of the deal. They have to do it. They have to have an Avenger
don't have
in the book.
They don't have to do anything that they don't want to do. They choose to do. There's a difference.
That's a contract. They have to put an Avenger in the movie. That's part of their contract.
Put them in there and credit. First of all, I don't know if that's in the contract now. That's never been exposed to anybody. So that's what you may have heard.
Right.
I don't think that's true. At the end of the day, Sony can do whatever the fuck they want. It's their property. But they realize they can make more bank with Marvel. It makes sense.
Sure.
Marvel's using it to push their stuff.
Sure.
In a vehicle they know they can get a lot of money behind because Spider-Man. People know Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There's a difference. When Sony was doing it by itself, Sony didn't need all this other stuff on there. And it's nice to get a nice, good, honed-in Spider-Man. Just Spider-Man. We don't need Avengers. We don't need this bullshit. Just give it a Spider-Man movie. There's nothing wrong with giving a Spider-Man movie. There's nothing wrong with that. We've seen it, and it's great. And it works. And this is the fourth. You tell me this is the first, second movie fine. This is the fourth one.
Right.
And none of them has been that. Come on, man. This stop. Don't even pretend to say, there was a second one on Tom Holland. Nonsense. They all had everything else. Tom Holland was a side piece to whatever in a world revolving around the MCU, and he was just placed in the center, and here you go. And this is no different. Again, not a bad thing, not a good thing. It's just something, it's getting old.
I feel like you're right. I've never seen the contract, but I've also never seen the contracts in other people's deals. And yet the things that they said are in the contract are perpetuating why they function the way they do in their franchises. So I can only go on the behest of like, if you're saying this is the reason, and every movie they do, they're doing like this for no reason, then it has to be the reason. Unless you can think of a better reason.
Yeah, the reason is Marvel wants to set up the world. Marvel's setting up their movies. I get it.
Well, no, that is happenstance. Marvel is literally first making a Spider-Man movie. That's what they did, that's the misconnect. They're making a Spider-Man movie, not a Spider-Man movie. That's the difference. They're just putting him in there.
and to further whatever their agenda is in terms of getting the story across and moving the story forward. And the conduit is Spider-Man. Here you go. We're gonna use this
I mean,
movie and
yeah,
then throw
I
all
mean,
this stuff in there. And
because
everybody complain when it happens.
that's
Oh,
been
these
the best
movies.
part of the deal that they can work out because they don't own him, so
Of
they're going to
course.
use him.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like a contract thing because they want to do it because it makes sense from a business standpoint. I get it. It makes perfect sense. But bringing everybody, of course, you're putting Tony Stark. Tony Stark is bank. That's why he gets paid $25 million a movie.
50, according
right?
to
and they had no confidence in Tom Holland carrying the movie by himself. So
no, they had
Tony
confidence
Stark.
in him because Sony did that
Did
whole
they?
rigmarole back in
Did
2019,
they?
pulling the rights.
Did they? Not Sony. Sony don't give a fuck. Marvel wanted
No,
to put 20, and I get why they put Tony Stark in there because he puts butts in seats. He does. This is why they brought him
oh,
back.
you talking about the very first one, the Homecoming?
Yeah. That's why they brought
Oh, okay.
him
I
back
was like,
now,
what are we
right?
talking about?
No, talking
Right.
about in the first one.
Oh no, yeah, but you needed to double down. Like we everyone likes Tom Holland, but you know everyone definitely likes Iron Man. So you put both of them together.
That's what I'm saying. That's
But
exactly
then,
what I just
but
said.
it's literally a passing of the baton. So now you can do your own
Yeah,
thing.
but the second movie still had the same thing. The villain was only there not because of Spider-Man. He was there because of Tony Stark.
But you're carrying legacy, like this. The character's involved, so these things happen to affect. Now, mind you, let me
Forget
just
Tony
say,
Stark, dude. Just get
here's
how
the thing:
about a Spider-Man
the
legacy?
actual origin. Wait, the actual origin of Mysterio is that he's a Hollywood special effects guy who decides to just make because his ideas are so advanced. He starts robbing banks and jewelry stores to fund his technology to make better special effects.
Sure.
And the idea of what he can do is cool, but you can't sell that these days. So you have to think of like what is the highest
Of
tech possible.
course you can. Nice,
No, you
quiet
can't.
film. Of course.
You can't. The level.
You can tweak things around. Of course, you can make any villain a certain. First of all, they don't want to make villains anyway, so who cares what they do with him anyway? Let's be honest. They've given us like 3 or 4 good villains throughout the history of the MCU. Who cares if this one sucked? It'd just be on par with every other villain they've done for us.
But
Big
if
deal.
you could say the reason why he's so mad is because he's angry at Tony stealing his tech, and his tech is super advanced because it was on par with Tony's or working for Tony's.
There you go.
But
you mentioned Tony's like 3 times and not one Spider-Man.
Because I'm talking about Mysterio and how you're going to show the shortcut to make him be a credible threat.
But the whole thing is still tied to Tony Stark. And I get it. Why wouldn't you want to tie it to him? And they should do that. Any movie should have Tony Stark in it. Of course. If I'm writing checks, that's what I want. I'm not writing the checks. So I don't want to see that. That's what I'm saying. I get why they do it. Like I said, this is why they brought him back in Doomsday.
Right.
An accident? I mean, come on. Tony Stark he's the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right? We didn't like. I wasn't a huge fan of the choice bringing him back, but whatever. They brought him back, and we knew why. Desperate, looking for.
Yeah, you need a solid win. You need a solid win. I get it.
And that's what I'm saying, right? You've just proven my point. Why they put him in Spider-Man to begin with? They didn't have confidence in just making a Spider-Man movie. They felt they had to bring in Tony Stark for whatever reason. They could have brought him back in an end credit scene. Fair enough. You could have alluded to him in the second film, but it was all tied to Tony Stark.
Well, here's the thing. In the comics, during the Civil War, or like right before the Civil War era, they really established the Tony Peter Parker mentor-mentee relationship. So it wasn't just made up out of whole cloth. It is comic book based.
I'm not saying it's not made up. I'm saying you don't have to feature it in the film.
So what I'm saying is, if you have something that works in the comics, a new dynamic, you're like, this is cool, and it can work on film because it just happens to be your most popular character anyway. It just makes sense. You want to put your chocolate and your peanut butter together. So to fault them for being creatively successful but financially smart about the situation, I don't fault them. And I'm like, as long as I'm getting still Spider-Man at the end of the day, I'm good with that.
I get it. I get it from the standpoint of the business now. Of course, I said put Tony Stark in every single movie. Honestly, if I'm writing a check, every movie, I don't care if he died 8,000 times. He's there every time. Of course, I haven't played every role if I could. Of course, I'm writing the checks.
Too much. We're not doing a Being John Malkovich.
No, I don't get to do all that because I'm writing checks and I'm going to get money back. And I understand that. So it's 2 different conversations we're having here, right? It's not the same thing. Money is one thing. From the creative side, it's a different story. Look, they could have just done what they did with Black Panther. They introduced them both in the film, and Black Panther got his own movie. He needed Tony Stark in that fucking movie. And that movie did just fine. Last I checked. Spider-Man could have gotten the same courtesy. That's all I'm saying. right? And it is
But
what it is.
as I said,
And because they both got the intros and the whole crowd and Tony, I get it all there.
but as
Now
I
let's give
said
them a
also,
nice
I feel
cinema.
like Sony had. I know you said we haven't seen the contract, but I feel like just like we didn't see the contract that there was supposed to be a post-mortem Netflix characters or a post-mortem on Fox X-Men until a certain time. Oddly enough, the time frames he told us that no one said we never saw the contracts ended up being the same
No,
time frames when they started making moves on characters.
we knew that
So
because they said 5 years. That was announced by them from the beginning.
no, that was not. That was that was a
Hundred
rumor. They
percent.
never announced that. It
No,
was never like an
that was
official announcement.
announced. That had to wait 5 years. That was said everywhere. Everybody was talking
It
about
was
it.
that was all rumors, sir. That was never announced.
Okay, that's fair. The smoke is fire.
Right. Well, there you go. But wait,
Okay,
then you're proving my point. When you said no one's ever seen a
no
contract
one's ever
bringing
said
an
that to the
Avenger,
to.
a Spider-Man movie. I'm like,
No
well,
one
look at the Spider-Man
who has
movies.
said that?
Trying
Who
to prove
said
it.
that? So tell me who said that,
Who said
and I'll
what?
let you know. I'll let you know who's the one who came out and said about that contract. You heard from somewhere. So who was it?
From multiple nerd outlets.
Who's that?
New Rock
Eight.
Stars, Screen Crush, Den of Nerds.
Okay, so 2 out of 3 of those are worthless.
Okay, but they all reported the same thing.
They're worthless. A lot of them report stuff that someone else said. There was a rumor went around where James Gunn was going to leave, and that was going to leave, and it was reported on Variety. The big trades reported this that James Gunn's leaving because of the whole Paramount thing. It all sourced a guy on YouTube who talked about how he thought that was going to happen. He thought, not believed, not read or heard. He thought. They ran with that. It happens all the time, dude. How many shits I hear about? And you can trace it back. One guy said, "Oh, I think he's gonna leave," and they put his name in the article. He's just a YouTuber, some lowly guy who's not in the business,
Hey.
But I'm just saying. But he put out there, oh, and then all these trades ran with it. It's like, oh, James Gunn is leaving. It happened. I'm telling you, dude. Trust me.
Yeah, I. By the way, and for that one, I heard James Gunn was scared that he was going to be told to leave once the news deal was through. So that's different. Being concerned of and
But that's not. But it's not the thing of that's the different thing between wanting to leave and him being ousted. It's two different conversations, right?
Right.
But again, that came about because one guy, a YouTuber, gave his opinion. He never said it's a rumor. He never said he heard this. He just said, "I think he's gonna." That was his words. I went back. I saw it. I think he's probably gonna leave. It's everywhere. Oh, James Gunn's leaving. No, man, this shit happens all the time, dude. I'm telling you, dude. Believe me, I know people who do this in the business. I know what's real and what's not for the most part. Things like contract, that stuff doesn't get leaked like that. A lot of stuff just people just making it up. Nine times out of 10, it's all horseshit. 9 times out of 10, I guarantee.
Sure,
you.
I've learned. We've learned that by doing this
many a times, right? We say everything is whatever. I don't buy it until I know from people I really know whatever. But like things like the Fox thing, that was everyone was reporting, and that came from different sources from inside, and I heard some of the sources too. That was the legit thing, and that's exactly what happened, right? They had to wait at least 5 years before they could do anything, and that's what happened. They waited 5 years. Well, it's been longer now because Marvel wanted to wait 10 years. Fair enough. I think it's almost been 10 years by the time we get an X-Men movie. That's a long time. But yeah, so it is what it is. Whatever. I hope the movie's great. I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's going to make a bunch of money. No doubt about it. And maybe eventually in 10 years when we get a Spider-Man movie. I don't know. Maybe. God forbid I want a Spider-Man movie in a Spider-Man movie. The nerve of me.
When
the
Miles
nerve.
Morales
What am I
in
thinking?
as-
Oh my God. One day we'll get a Spider-Man movie. God forbid we ask for too much here.
when they start doing Miles Morales Spider-Man movies, then it'll be just
It's
Spider-Man.
not even. They're going to put in 1,000 guys in there. That's how you
No,
do
but that's
that.
the animated one. The live action.
No,
one
live
is
action.
just
Of course. Apparently no one trusts Spider-Man. I don't know why, but he's uncharted.
Everybody wants Spider-Man. If everybody wants Spider-Man, Spider-Man,
he's unbankable. Apparently, that movies don't make any money.
Spider-Man, the IP is the Robert Downey Jr. of IPs. Like you put him in things, and everyone wants to go see it. So just like Spider-Man is like there's literally an animated series now where it's all Spider-Man.
Oh, no, I get it. It's all Spider-Man. So
that's what I'm saying. Like Spider-Man is great. So, but I feel like you can very easily, clearly, just make a Spider-Man movie. But if you got certain conditions you got to work into and use it for your business benefit, you make these little twists and turns. But as long as there's a core Spider-Man movie in it, you're gonna enjoy it. I can watch any one of the original home series of Spider-Mans, and they all withstand and still great to like. It's just so like it's not a like they're shoving bad experiences down our throats. They're all so good movies. They're all tons of fun.
No, they're good films, of course. Well, they could be great if it's by himself. I don't know. Maybe. I'm just saying. I mean, and I've been proven because they made them and they've been great.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I don't know. The best Spider-Mans have been the ones that have not been in the MCU.
Uh,
It is what it is.
Spider-Man 1 and 2, not that great.
Which ones?
And Spider-Man 3, not that great.
Oh, I know. I didn't say they make all of them. I said the best ones have come out of Marvel, not out of Marvel.
Yeah, the best ones have come out of Marvel, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's far of this working right. So
no, Spider-Man 2 is better than anything Marvel's giving us, and Spider-Verse is better than anything anybody's giving us. I mean, it's not even debatable. Really it's not even debatable. It's just not. I don't know what to tell you.
Honestly, I like
they've been good. They've been good, but
way more than Spider-Man 2.
Consensus will say otherwise, and we got to go to the consensus. I'm not going to because you said or you and I said it. This is not me. This is not me. The Spider-Verse is me, and everyone else is way better than anything that Marvel's done. It just is. It's not even.
I mean, Spider-Verse is pretty fantastic.
Spider-Verse is fantastic, right? Come on, right? Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Pretty fantastic.
Great. But it is. We'll see. Let's see. I'm curious. The other trailer is Spider-Girl. It might be Spider-Girl. Supergirl was the other trailer that came out.
Got to see Lobo.
With Lobo, I wasn't excited, to be honest with you. I don't know.
My only complaint, and don't just take the complaint from what it's going to say.
Okay.
I wanted to see more Lobo muscles, and Jason Momoa is like, that jacket did a lot of work. And I'm like I specifically remember reading an interview where Jason Momoa says, I only work out when they pay me to. And I'm watching this Lobo thing, and I'm like,
get paid?
How much did they not pay you to make you wear a jacket?
I didn't notice how big he was, to be honest with you. He's big anyway.
No,
he's a big guy.
He's in shape. But
of course, he always
Lobo is like, okay, so you know how Hugh Jackman gets ripped for Wolverine?
Sure, yeah.
Lobo's around there.
Really?
And in the comics. And in this trailer, Lobo looks like, I work out every other day.
Okay. He was my biggest complaint too. Not biggest complaint. He's a complaint. And I love Jason Momoa, but this looked like Jason Momoa with paint on his face. I don't know.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he's so recognizable, it just didn't seem like it was
right. Yeah.
Lobo. It's just.
But like at the end of the day, it's so on the nose. It's so on the nose.
Like, it is. Of course, it is. But it's just like
you get anybody else as Lobo, if you're gonna be like, why don't you just get Jason Momoa and save money on that? So so you're sort of.
Well, it's like a double-edged.
It's the most obvious thing.
I know.
That's what everyone said.
It's just a double-edged sword with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. He seems so much more. Like I don't know. Just for better or worse.
I'm down. I'm in. Yeah.
But the trailer was fine. I mean, it's just Guardians. Then we get the whole dog.
It's got a Guardians vibe. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's got a Guardians vibe. But once again,
I felt almost too like Guardians, to be honest with you. I know James Gunn didn't direct it, so I found that odd.
The Guardians vibe is the Tony Stark of the Supergirl movie. It's like,
apparently,
you were like, you're gonna massage this in.
I guess you have. But that I can understand them more because she's not a draw yet. Spider-Man is a draw. Spider-Man, he's done tons of money without anybody. So it's whatever. I think I heard those people complaining about because the Supergirl, it's a woman. Is that true? I don't know. I heard because she responded or something. Maybe she made some kind of response. People complaining about that. I'm like, well, who's complaining about? I don't know. I didn't hear any complaints about her. What's the difference? It's Supergirl. What do you want a guy in that? I don't understand. Like,
I don't understand. I didn't even understand the complaints.
Yeah, like I admit, and I forgot she responded. I missed all that. God, I forgot what it is that she said, but I guess there's issues with her. Or whatever, because she's a woman or something. I find that kind of odd because it's Supergirl. I mean, it's not like they, sex swap Batman. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
Right? It's like, I don't know who's complaining. I don't know. It was odd. And if anybody's saying that they want to see a female superhero, I think that's incorrect because,
here's the thing.
Wonder Woman did very well, as did Captain Marvel, right? So I don't know. It was weird.
If you're complaining that she's a woman and the character's called Supergirl, my next question is, at what age does a girl become a woman, and what age you want her to be at? Because this is going to ask a lot more
Bro,
questions.
that's what I'm saying.
It's
Yeah,
going
it's
to
like
make it weirder. So, how far down
it's
the rabbit hole do you want to go?
it's
Like,
really weird.
what's the
Like,
hill you're going to die on?
yeah,
Like,
like
she's got
because
to be 14.
I know,
Why?
but I don't understand. She's maybe when she's blonde hair. I don't like. I didn't hear any complaints about that. Obviously, she did. So, okay. I don't understand. I'm trying to find
Like,
the article
here's the
here.
thing: it's in the graphic novel that this movie's based off of. She is getting drunk at a bar because she just turned 21, and the comic book
Yeah.
is called Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. What do you want, you dummies?
Those times, but like I said, I don't know if anybody's complaining. That's the thing. I don't know what the thing is. I know she was responding to Martin Scorsese and Ridley Scott about their comments and stuff, but their comments are more about the genre in general, not
What you mean
female
about like what
related.
cinema is?
Yeah, like they don't consider like real movies, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. She was commenting that as well.
Okay.
Um, let's say I guess existing, maybe aware that simply existing as a woman in that space is something people comment on. I don't know. I just like who's complaining about that number one, and for her to say that, I think it's silly. To be honest with you, because that implies that nobody wants to see women in superheroes. That's just not true. It's not true. We've seen it, and we've seen Captain Marvel was $1 billion movie.
Yeah. Wonder Woman was
Wonder Woman
the
almost is like
top of the
800
charts.
top of the
First
chart,
one,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, first like like to say we're not ready yet, it's just nonsense.
Yeah.
That's just going. It's going nuts. Come on, you can't. People are gonna complain no matter what. Let's be honest. Nerds, they complain like a mofo. We know this.
Look
But
at look
to extrapolate that and say that there's no place for women in
Look at
cinema,
the lead
stop.
in to our conversation. Jason Momoa's Lobo. Do we really need that?
Right?
Holy shit! Like
That's
we
what I'm
are
saying.
complaining
We
about
complain
the
about it
things we're
all.
agreeing with. I mean, wow.
We complain about. Well, someone's gonna say, "Oh, you don't like Samoan people in movies." That's exactly what that means, right? That someone's gonna say, "Oh, there's no place in them in movies." When I've been championing The Rock for many years, goddammit. Except in the Moana, the live action looks terrible. Either way, that notwithstanding.
You support him more in Black Adam than you do in Moana.
Way more. He looked really bad in that one. But yeah, that was kind of weird. But either way, listen. But the trailer was fine. I don't think it wasn't great. It was okay, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, did I like the Spider-Man trailer more than the Supergirl trailer?
Yeah, of
Yes,
course, for
but
sure.
the only difference is that I have gone through 3 Spider-Man movies, and so there's more of an emotional commitment. I've not seen really what a Supergirl movie feels like, so
Well, it feels
I'm
apparently it
excited.
feels like Guardians. uh,
I mean, if that's the case, if they can at least totally make it feel like a good Guardians movie, you got me halfway through the door at this point. So yeah, let's do that.
I
And
mean,
if it's a
yeah. I mean, we'll see.
really
Listen,
nail how good this storyline is, there's the other 50%.
I question with how much movie, how what this movie's gonna do. Am I wrong?
I
Like, I
think the
don't know if
movie's.
it's
I don't think it's going to be. It's not going to be $1 billion, but I think it's going to
no.
do
Well,
well.
we know that it's not like, nowhere near that.
Right.
It's
No.
not gonna make
But if
anywhere
it
near
does like
what.
700 million,
Nah,
solid.
Superman didn't make that much. This doesn't make
All
that
right.
much.
So like 500, 4.
Maybe 4. They say it costs like 100. Lies. This movie's not $100 million movie. You can look at that trailer and you
No,
see
this is like
100 million.
150, 180.
At least those
Yeah.
reports that said this costs 100. Bullshit. It does not. I'm sorry, it does not cost $100 million. I
No.
promise you that. Look at the movie. It's not $100 million right now. You're
No.
right. 150.
150,
Right? Maybe
180. That's
180 around there. So you gotta look. Make
so.
at
If you
least.
make 600, or you make 500, that's a little bit
That's
breaking
around there,
even.
breaking even around there. I don't
Yeah.
know if it
Yeah.
does that. I don't know because where it's being released under. I think it's what comes after Masters of the Universe, but whatever. No one's gonna see it anyway.
Hey, you take that back.
Unfortunately, this is Dungeons and Dragons all over again. I love that movie.
That was great.
Yeah, no, it is, but nobody wanted to see it apparently, which is a shame. I forgot where. I look now where it falls in between. I think it comes after Toy Story 5, the week after, and that's gonna make bank. Who are we kidding?
Right.
Here we go. June, August, June. Here we go. So June 1st. So we get Masters Universe on the 5th, along with Scary Movie, whatever. Disclosure Day, the week after that, the 12th. Then Toy Story 5. Then Supergirl has to follow that. And right after that is Minions, which you know it's going to bank.
Dude, that is a crowded field, man.
Right, and then Moana after that, which looks terrible, but it's gonna bank. So and then the Odyssey, that's it's gonna bank. So man, it's a lot of stuff. That's stuff, man. I just don't see a lot of room for Supergirl.
A
That's a
new
lot.
movie a week for
A
like a
week.
month and a half. Wow.
And it's a big movie. It ain't just
Yeah, yeah.
like dude, Moana's big, Minions is big. We know this. Toy Story 5 big. It's gonna get sandwiched between that. Oh man, I don't know, dude. Like if it opens up like a 40, 50 million, this movie's in trouble. It
That
really is in
that
trouble.
that whole month sounds like
It's a
sounds
murderous
like
road, dude. It's a murderous
yeah,
road.
it really does.
It really
Yeah.
is. It's a lot there. Ah man, I just
Each one's got a knife, like they're ready to shank
that's
somebody
what I'm
else. It's
that's
really
what
a
I'm
problem.
saying. So basically, you have 1 week to really kill it.
Yeah,
1 week,
yeah,
because even if it's good, people. I mean, it's only what people want to watch, and it's hard to
yeah.
dude. And July is big. Spider Man obviously, and in July, Minions, Moana, Odyssey, and Spider Man. Come on, man. It's hello. You got 1 week. I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Odyssey is small. Odyssey's got 2 weeks before Spider Man comes out.
Okay.
I don't think anybody want to re-release the week before Spider Man. So it's got 2 weeks
No.
to make its money.
Right.
So that's good. Everyone else. And Spider Girl's included. I mean, Supergirl's included, and
Yeah.
is Masters Universe was the other trailer we saw, which came out a cool trailer.
I actually
I
was like,
liked it.
this should have been for the tone of the first trailer as well.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
agree. They try to be
100%.
too Marvel funny the first trailer,
Yep.
and I was like,
Yep. Didn't work.
and tell me how much better that this trailer would have been with the singer not being that whole like couch conversation, but just him and his desk,
Yes.
and you see his name, it says he him. Like that would have been the stinger for this trailer. Oh my god, this would have been the best trailer for the year.
It was a good trailer. It sucks because was it one chance to make a first impression and they fucked that up.
Yeah,
Um,
they didn't fuck it up, but they didn't do themselves. It didn't do it.
Any
It didn't do
favors?
it's not a disservice, but
Yeah, big time.
It didn't show what the more it could be. This feels really. Even I
That's
will
what I'm
say,
saying. Mhm.
when you see the He-Man transformation, is it just me, or did he look a
Uh-oh.
little bit more jacked in the transformation than he does in the rest of the scenes?
He looked like we wish Momoa looked like in Supergirl. How about that? Momoa, that's how you do it, man. Pay attention, dude.
I'm not gonna lie.
God, pay attention. Jesus. No,
You got to do this movie like it's your first movie.
That's what I'm saying. No, that guy, he's ripped. I mean, I assume that's. I don't think that's CGI. I don't know. Maybe it is. Fuck do I know?
I'm sure it's enhanced with CG, but like he looked
could
a
be.
little
It
bit
could
more jacked in that
He did.
transformation than the
Yeah.
rest of the things.
Well, but that's a good thing. That's supposed to be, right? He's
Yeah.
supposed to get big
Sure.
and strong. That's the way the character's supposed. So I mean, yeah, it look cool. Look, I love the director Travis Knight. So I'm just afraid this is Dungeons and Dragons all over again, man. It's kind of a shame,
you know what? I
you
feel
know.
like this movie might be a Dungeons and Dragons, but I feel like it's still going to be a good movie. It's financially probably hanging around the 3 to
Of course,
400 million mark.
This is not. No, it's not. It's not. I don't think it's even sniffing that. It's just too much competition, and it's got to come guns blazing, which I don't think it is. Scary Movie 6 is gonna make a lot of money.
You
Make no
think so?
mistake about it. I think so.
Like for counter programming kind of thing?
Yes, I think it's gonna make a lot of money. I really do, and it's hard to when you're Masters Universe, you're already behind the eight ball, right? It's a property not that people know about the younger folks
Right.
anyway. It's more for us, right? Our age group. One of the ones that really go to the movies as much as the young folk do. It's crowded. The first trailer wasn't that great. It's got a lot of stuff behind it, and you open up with that, and then with a week later, we got Spielberg's big. And 2 weeks later, what we got? And then we got Toy Story, and so forth and so forth, right?
Yeah. It just becomes
It's tough, man. I just don't think this movie's not opening at $90 million. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 40, 30, maybe between
No,
30 and 40.
I think 50, 60 is where they're going to open up at.
Man, that's being very generous in your part.
Maybe I am, but
but let's assume that's 60. That's not good enough. This movie looks
it's not
expensive.
good enough. But I feel like they would probably open it up around that. It's not going to 90. I don't think it's going to 90.
No, it's not doing that. We know that's not.
Unless
doing
the marketing, they do something so crazy bananas that everyone gets locked in.
Yeah,
That's the only way.
Even that I think it's too late for that. But I just this movie looks expensive.
I don't think it looks expensive. I feel like this is a 150 million.
I think didn't it? I could have sworn we talked about it. I'll see if I can find it. But I could have sworn it was over 200 million.
That's crazy. Like there's no way. There's no way. This feels like a 150.
I mean, it's Amazon. They got deep pockets. I don't think they give a shit. But Okay, the range reported range from 170 to 200 million. So
That's a lot.
it's a lot. 185,
200 million is a
190.
lot.
It's a lot, and that's without. It's just, again, not counting marketing expenses, which is another 75, 100, depending on the film. Could be 50. It's a lot. I don't know. It's This movie's doomed, dude. I hate to say it because I see Dungeons and Dragons was so cool, and that movie flopped. Unfortunately, nobody wanted to see it. Again, so probably no one cares about, dude. No one knows Dungeons and
I
Dragons,
care about.
dude. People our age know about it.
I've showed you collections
Oh no, no,
of things
listen,
that I got.
I think people our age know about it. Like just like He-Man, we know He-Man, we love him, we grew up with
Right.
He-Man and stuff. Kids now, they're not the same, dude.
You're
Not the same.
you're you're absolutely right. I tried showing my kids the Master Chief
Oh,
Inventory by Smith, and they looked at me like, "Well, that's good for you." And I'm like, oh, "Gosh, I thought this was gonna hook you." No.
you see what I'm saying? I don't think the kids are into it. If the kids aren't into it, that means the parents ain't taking them, right?
Yeah.
And this is a 4 quadrant film, I assume.
Yeah.
And the young kids aren't going. Man, it's doomed. I hate to say it. I hope this movie makes 100 million. I hope I come back saying, "Boy, was I wrong." I'm glad I was. I really do.
Yeah.
I think 40. This makes 40. It's a disaster. Oh my god.
I don't know. I think it's gonna hit 50, 60, but that's gonna be the highlight. Everything else is gonna be way.
Usually, I've done studies on this. Whatever the opening weekend is, this is in general. It's not exact science. It ends up making about 3 times as much as the opening weekend. So it makes like 60.
Okay.
So looking at about 180. That's still losing a lot of money.
Yeah, I get it.
lot.
It's not gonna be fine. It's not gonna be a big financial hit. I just hope it's a good movie that does.
Oh no, I hope it's a good. I
Mild.
don't even want it to be. If it's gonna bomb, I'd rather be bad. Because if it's good, like Dungeons and Dragons was, we're not getting a sequel. It's just that simple, right? It could be the greatest movie. It could win an Oscar. Well, it's not get that far, but it could be a greatly received. But if it loses $200 million, they're not making a sequel out of this. They're not.
Right.
And we'll be like, man, I wish you got that sequel. We'll be like, damn, I want to see another one. And we're not going to get it.
I
You know
agree.
what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather have it be the worst thing I've ever seen. Good. Okay, get this, sweep it on the rug, keep it animated, and let's move on. Because I would love to see a Dungeons and Dragons the sequel, man. I really would.
That'd be amazing, especially with that cast. The cast is phenomenal.
That's great, but we know we're not going to get it. We got announced by now, so it's a shame. It is what it is. But let's go to TV. Couple shows. First one, Invincible, coming out, dropping. I think it's 4 episodes in. No, 6 episodes.
4
right
episodes.
Now, I think.
4 episodes this week. 4 episodes.
4 or 5, whatever. Either way, I love Invincible since the beginning. That's crazy good.
Dude, this 4th episode left
Oh
me
my
with
God.
the same jaw drop as the season
Yes,
finale of
that
season
was
3.
crazy.
And I was like,
Yeah.
whoa! Like, it was
Yeah.
great. And everything.
I don't want to spoil it. It's not spoiler. No spoiler. I don't know.
Yeah, it just came out this week, so hold on.
Okay,
Don't
hold on.
spoil it yet.
Okay.
But like the 3 episodes before that, even the original episode of Harumph that people are all poopy at, it's a fun episode, man. Like it's just
what the second one?
the 3rd one, Harumph, when he goes to hell.
That was okay. I agree. I wasn't.
I thought it was okay,
It was
but
okay.
it wasn't
It
like
was
the
okay.
end of the world. People are actually like this.
No,
they jumped
let's
the
not-
shark. Like, what are you talking about?
Let's not go that far. No, it was fine, but it
was
picked
fine.
up. It's fine. It's fine. It wasn't as good as the other ones, but it was a weird episode. I love the second. The second one.
That was a big setup episode.
It
Like,
was.
you're gonna-
Sometimes, you have to just deal with it. I'm okay because they've done that before in the past.
Yeah. So
so
like,
I'm
you
okay.
know it's gonna pay off at the end. So just be
Of
cool,
course.
man.
No, yeah, it wasn't the best. Sure, it was a step down, but a step down for them is still pretty good.
Yeah.
But this last one was crazy good. My God, what a great episode! that was.
Every episode is so much fun watching. I still giggle when I think about the Alan fucking gag while he's sleeping on the couch with a pillow over his ears. Like,
hysterical.
great.
And that
Super
was
fun.
kind of off-brand for that show because that episode seemed like something different, right? Like it wasn't like that. That was cool to see that. Like, okay, that interesting, but it was.
Put it this way: me and my kids watched Invincible together, and we came to that episode. And the first time it happened, we all kind of covered our heads. By the 4th one, they're laughing. I'm like, oh, cool, the joke's still landing, even though it is uncomfortable.
I know what to say. I was like, woo. It is a what are you doing? But it's so good. Obviously. We know the finality of this particular individual. I'll leave it at that. I would have been shocked. For a second, I'm like, no way, they're not doing that. But it made you feel like it was going to.
It did.
Point,
It did because say what you will about Invincible. they know how to. It's not that they are hyper violent, but they
I
make you
mean, it
feel the
is.
pain of the hyper violence.
Correct. Yeah, it's with the purpose. It's not gratuitous to
Yeah,
some degree, right?
and
Yeah.
that's something special. That
Yeah.
shows intent
Yeah.
of like artistic, the intent of making you feel. It's not just look at all this gore. It's like
Right.
no, all this gore means something, and you
Yeah, it serves a
feel it,
for
and you
sure.
don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable watching it. Like that is really smartly done.
No, it really is. It's I can't wait. It's 4, right? So we got another 4 left, whatever it is.
Other full ups, yeah.
It's this the show's been consistent. It really is. Not every episode hits, of course. Like the double one, but it was still a cool episode. I don't get all the backlash. I'm with you there, but yeah, it was good, man. And I'm enjoying it a lot. Dude. It's a really good show, man. It really is.
Yeah.
And that obviously that's right coming on the heels of course, The Boys dropping this week, so I'm excited about that. No one's safe according to Butcher and this guy.
It's the last season, so yeah, it's all gonna fly.
We have things written down who's gonna live and die. So we had little things on there last time we were
I
on.
know,
So
I know, I know.
we'll see how I'm kind of curious if when goes out the first episode. So I'm excited about that. But the other one going on is of course Daredevil, Born Again season 2. I think it's 3 episodes in. We're really scared.
3 episodes in.
One episode and dropping 2.
So it's for week one, episode
Yeah.
1, week 2, episode 2 and 3, and then one episode for the rest of every other week,
It's
every
weird,
other every following week.
It's an odd thing to do. I don't know. It's weird how
I
that
think
turned out.
I'll tell you. I know why.
Yeah.
I feel like I know why. The
Go ahead.
first episode sets the tone. You're like, oh, this is cool. I kind of wish season 1 was like this. And then episode 2 and 3, from what I've heard, the end of the way you feel at the end of episode 3 is how the rest of the season is going to make you feel. And if that's the truth, I'm really excited about the rest of the season, because episode 3 is exactly how I used to feel when I used to watch the old Daredevils and Netflix, and I was like, yes, I want this level of like boom, boom, boom.
Viscerally, I really like episode 3, but that's a huge gripe with that episode. I really do.
What's the gripe?
Well, listen. I know you have to suspend disbelief. I get all that. Daredevil and things he can do. I get it. But I don't know what to tell you. There's no way in fucking hell you could describe something he would have shown up at the exact place. I'm sorry. It's not. That's ridiculous.
What do you mean?
He knew exactly where everyone was being caged up because she gave him
he didn't know where they were. He knew something was behind there. And when he went there, he heard that and went, oh.
No, I'm talking about not locating them. I know what he's in there. It's fine. I'm saying how he got to that location to begin with was so bad. Like, there's no reason.
I thought that was great because everything she described, he let his senses pick up those patterns. He goes, oh, it's that.
Man, it's just, no.
It's the same way he put the watch by the gun because he knew that specific ticking. When he hears that ticking again, he knows he's close to the weapon.
But he's there.
It's the same thing.
He's there. It's like, he's not, I get when he's in a certain location. I get all that. And there's no problem with that, right? But someone's describing, oh, they heard this. Oh, well, it's got to be here. He does it.
No. Here, if you read the Daredevil comics, the way he understands
I
his
get
senses,
it. I understand.
like to me, it made perfect sense because that's how his powers work.
This isn't the comics, and when he's there, it's fine. He can hear a fucking roach in the back of the wall. I don't care about that.
Yeah, but if she's like, I felt wind. He's gonna scan to see if there's any part of the roof that's broken that will allow wind. Oh, it's there. And she goes, after the wind, I heard some pigeons. He goes, do I hear pigeons? Oh, it's gotta be here because it's cracked. Follow the pigeons.
Central Park that's Central Park for all you know.
He knows where it goes.
And not only that, and it's so bad.
And over here, you're gonna find that. So no, you're wrong.
You're right.
This is you being nitpicky again. Did you really have to?
I'm not nitpicky, dude. It's like things have to make sense.
It's fucking Jason Momoa. It's how powers work. It's how it is. It's all there.
I was gonna forgive it. I was gonna forget, but then to double down, the little girl who showed up with the little white tiger, she knows how to get there. How the fuck does she know how to? She has no car. She followed no. She was at the scene. She was at the scene. She was there. How the fuck did she know she's there? That they were there. She didn't follow nobody because she don't know how to drive.
I will say this. This is what I think.
Come on, dude.
There is an active resistance in New York City, right? There's an active resistance, right?
Nobody
they took her aunt. They took her aunt, and so she's like, if this is where they're saying everyone gets taken if they're an accused vigilante, and the
totally fair.
Vigilante Task Force took my aunt away, and I heard that they're taking him here. This is where she has to be.
So apparently everybody but Daredevil who hears everything didn't hear that.
No, no, no.
or,
He
or
didn't
the
hear
police,
this.
or any nobody heard it, but this little girl who just shows up. Come on, dude. That's indefensible. That's not as bad as Daredevil. Daredevil being there is 5 times as worse. But when you double down on something that's so bad,
You're,
and now this girl just shows
look.
up, and you and she,
I'll give
oh,
you.
she heard through the grapevine, which nobody heard. The only grapevine
I heard.
exposed to her.
Whoa.
Come on,
The
dude.
only reason he made it in that close is because he thought he was looking for guns. He didn't know there was going to be people. She
Of
heard that that's where
course
the
he.
people are.
Right. No, no. The lawyer, that's where they're being kept. That's where she met the guy, the sword guy.
But he hasn't.
Of course he
Right.
knew they were
But he
there.
thought he
But
thought it was just going to be like him and maybe like one. He didn't realize it was going to be all these people.
and that could be fair, but him showing up there, it's so ridiculous. You can break it down how you want to break it down.
I disagree. I feel like you're being real nitpicky. I feel like you're being real nitpicky.
It's like saying, "Oh, dude, there's wind and pigeons." Oh, well, it's in this particular building in a huge
I went to this building. If you tell someone I went to this building and I felt there was a breeze and I heard pigeons,
that's
you
a
can locate
million
where there's a crack
buildings, dude.
in the roofing.
That's a million in the city of Manhattan. There's only buildings. There's no housing.
But
And
she knows what building she got taken into. They
she
put
doesn't.
the blinders where she got into the location.
You think so? They drove her. Here you go. Oh, now before you walk into this building here, this location. Now I put the mask on. Come on, dude. Seriously? You think that's what happened? You get.
I think it's happening.
You get picked up. Then you put. You don't want to know how to get. What's the point of putting a mask on once she's already there? If she already knows how to get there.
They don't want her to know the internal layout of the building. That's what they don't want her to know.
It doesn't matter, but know the building is. That's all that matters. You could tell anybody at that point.
You
So
can't.
if you're a bad guy,
You don't know what you're looking
so
for.
as a bad guy, you're saying.
So that helped narrow it
It's
down
like,
to a possibility.
it's like a bad guy going.
The whole fucking thing.
The bad guy's gonna tell the police, "We're gonna be here." You said, "No, where in here we're gonna be at?" Why would they do that? Because they don't know where it's. No, but they never say anything, dude. They never. Of course, he's covered the whole time. Wind and pigeons. That's where we're going. Come on, it's bad. Listen, you can like the episode, and that's fine, but don't tell me that's a good write. Don't tell me that. And that girl being there is ridiculous.
I will give you the white tiger. I will give you the white tiger. I'll give you the white tiger.
That's horrific.
Give me that one.
They're both bad. They're both bad. But like I said, that's a huge gripe, and that really brought down her episode for me. It really did. It's really. I'm sorry. I listen. I get it. I like good, great fighting is next to the next person. Probably more than the next person does. And I forgive a lot of things, but I don't forgive shitty writing if a show is supposed to be good. That's why I won't forgive, and that's really, really bad. It's horrendously bad. You could have heard from some guys who episode that said, "Hey, I think I heard him here." That was like, "I'll go check it out." Okay, that's what you have to do. He checks it out. I was like, "Oh shit, they are in here." Okay, what's wrong with that? Make perfect sense. Perfect sense. He heard it because someone said there's pigeons and wind. Nonsense. It's so bad. It's irritating because the show was doing okay until that point. It really was. That's a shame. And I don't like shitty writing. I'm sorry, dude. That's not good TV. It's not. It's bad writing. It's bad TV, and it brings the show down, dude. What's the point, man? It's like there was better than this. And before that, it was solid. It wasn't good. It wasn't great. It was solid. Okay?
It was solid.
Solid, no doubt. Better than the last season, season 1, whatever, season part 1 of this, whatever, for sure. But shit like this is just, it drags it down, dude. It really does, dude. It's lazy.
I feel like you're being hypercritical over something where I will give you credit on the White Tiger show enough. I'll give you credit on that. But I think everything else, dude. I was in on it.
Dude, because if he would have just heard the same thing the White Tiger heard, apparently, he could have shown up there and just been there. And oh shit, they're here. And that would have worked just fine. I would have taken that. But it's just like, come on, dude. Stop it. She's in a little thing and she's keen on. Dude, she's scared out of her fucking ass, dude. She's a fucking little lawyer, being in hooding, taken by the ice and all that stuff. And she's just so about her wits. Get out of here. Stop. Nobody in the world would do that. They'd be scared shitless. What the fuck is going on? Where am I going? The last thing they do is looking around for, listening for the wind and fucking pigeons, dude. It's not happening. It's not. Nobody. Except Daredevil.
I feel like the
bullshit.
best lawyers pay attention to the most details.
Not one lawyer in the world will go there not being scared. When you scare, your senses aren't there. That's just reality. I'm sorry. She's a civilian, dude. She's a villain. She can't even walk. She's more worried about where she's stepping. No, she's hearing, dude.
If you're so scared, the trauma makes you remember things in more detail as well. That also is the other counterpoint.
Said nobody ever, and has
that's
never
not true.
Told by anybody.
People who have PTSD or get trauma, they remember things vividly when they're scared.
The stuff that happens to them, they remember. Of
Right,
course.
and so if you're blinded,
But then
your
remember the
other senses are
situation.
recording everything in more vivid detail.
Well, she's not banned because she can still see shit apparently.
What
It's good.
she
It's
gets,
bad
if
writing. I you want to forget because you like to listen. I've known great shows without shit on great. I don't. I'm not biased. And people are like, oh, it's so good. I don't give a fuck. I get it, and that's a fair opinion. Me, I want to be fair and open and straight with any show, no matter if I love the show or not. There's, Game of Thrones was dog shit for many years, for the last couple of years, and that was one of the greatest shows of all time until that point.
well, yes, the last two
It's
seasons were
terrible. It happens. It's fine, but not gonna sit there and forgive it because I love Game of Thrones so much. No, it's still shit. Daredevil, same thing. Daredevil's not exempt because he's cool and he jumps around city ass CG and okay fucking fight scenes all over the top. It's okay. It's okay. But he's like an okay show with shitty fucking shit like that, and it brings it down, and that's the shame.
I
That's the shame.
feel that you're being hypercritical. I feel like this
I'm
episode
no
as a
man.
whole was a very big step in the right direction that I want the rest of the series to go
Eh,
into. But I don't need
Now if the writing is
the
bad,
I don't need the convenience of and then this person shows up. Like have them introduced a certain way, but don't let them be. I know, and also and this is comic books. Sometimes two heroes show up randomly at the same place. It happens, but at this one, I will give you the White Tiger reason showing up being a
that
little bit like out of left field,
that
but
was whew, they
Daredevil showing
doubled
up,
down.
I disagree 100%. I think it totally makes sense
Him showing up
logistically. It
is
plays
fine.
like the
Just
comics. I'm
it's how
so
he
yeah.
it's him being this fine. Just how he got there. That's just unacceptable. It really is. It's just lazy. I don't want it lazy, right? I'm tired of it. There's too many good shows on. There's 100 shows way better than this that aren't as publicized or talked about that are way better because they at least know how to write good shows. I've seen
I
too many
thought
good
the show
shows.
was well. I think the show is still
It's
being
fun.
well written. I mean, sometimes you have to take creative liberties because of your blocking out of the story. Should you have blocked out the story better? Yes, but here's where you have to kind of take that. Like, do I take the shortcut or do I stay authentically true to story? And they took a shortcut, but the rest of the story still worked great and it still supports what's come before it and is maybe excited for what's next. So was it an A plus story? No, but was it like a solid B? Yeah.
That episode was like a D. The other two were like B's.
I disagree. I disagree.
I like
I
the
feel like
first two better than
episode
this.
one
Yeah.
was a B, episode two was like a C, and three was like
C for
A
two.
again.
Okay, that's fair. I
Yeah,
can see that. That's fair. I need a little higher than that,
the
but
fight scenes
um,
were cool, but I wanted a little bit more in that episode. Like it felt
oh,
like
no, and,
I felt like
that's fair.
I
Not
felt
like
like we stretched it, and I was like I
that's
wanted
fair.
it tighter with a little bit more on it, and
That's
that's
fair.
my feeling.
That I get, which is why it's not an A or anything like that. Let's not kid ourselves. But I mean, it goes back to the writing, right? That's all still part of the writing process, right? The second episode didn't have mistakes like episode 3 did, but it wasn't great writing either. Let's not make no mistake about it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
But I felt like
Let's not kid
episode
ourselves.
three, what that
Episode 3, I like how I get what they were trying to do. I get it,
right,
and I like that,
right.
right? That's cool. But just how they get, you got to get there a certain way. You can't just take corners when that's such a huge
And
plot point, right? Moving
they did
forward,
take a shortcut on it.
huge.
I'm glad,
I'm
but I'm
afraid what's gonna
excited to
happen.
get to as long as like episode 1 and 2 didn't take any shortcuts. In fact, I feel like they kind of slow danced it because they wanted to make episode 3 be the big turn. I would have liked the big turn sooner,
That's fair.
but
That's yeah. I get that. I
but
can agree. I can
and
agree with
I'm still enjoying the show, and I think it's well told. I
that.
feel like they have to protect. From what I've heard, episode 5 is when the show like goes crazy. That's what I heard. Episode 5 is when it goes crazy.
What's the fourth? The third one
So
again? Damn it.
no, it's 3 increases
From
the
a four.
pace.
Yeah.
So episode
Okay.
4 is going to be at the way. What I heard, the pacing of episode 4 is the pacing of the back half of episode 3, and then episode 5 it gets
Well,
kicked
that's not
off. Like
slow.
everything goes hot.
Well,
So
you know,
I'm excited for that.
I'm excited. Look, I want that to happen. I just want to get there a certain way. And I can't just let it go.
Well, I'd rather they make a mistake sooner, and then the rest of it
Listen,
is great.
if they can improve on it, that's great, right? They still put.
Right.
I'm not off the show. Not the worst show I've ever seen. This potential, and I like what they did. When they got there, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I like that, right? That
Right.
aspect that was cool. That made total sense. And okay, now we're gonna get somewhere for sure. But now I'm concerned about the writing hasn't been top notch, or even really good, or even good, right? Throughout the show too. And I was like, I'm worried about what's gonna happen here. I want more than just visual shit.
Right.
You
And
know
but
what I'm
what from what like I said, like I told you, from what I heard, Every episode
I
gets
hope
better,
so.
and then episode 5
I hope
gets like
so.
crazy, and then
No,
6, 7, 8 is great.
I hope so. And it's gonna get bloody for sure and all that. I kind of want this to be the end of Kingpin. I'm getting tired of Kingpin, to be honest with you.
Well, they already said that the Kingpins, and this is a spoiler, but the showrunner said the Mayor Fisk storyline does get resolved this season.
Okay, good. Yeah, this
And
would another
yeah,
season. This would have been too much.
and they're currently filming season 3 as we
Season
speak.
3. Yeah, exactly. So let's see. I mean, I know Jessica Jones comes. I heard she comes in late, like
Jessica Jones
episode
gonna
6
come
or
in, yeah.
7. It's episode 6 or 7, so she comes in pretty late for
I
me.
don't know.
Yeah, I heard it's like towards the end of the show, so it's
Okay.
it's not a big role. Whatever, that's fine. We don't need Jessica Jones all the way anyway. I'm kind
Speak
of
for
curious
yourself.
how she where the fuck has she been all this time? Whatever. That's not a bad
Drunk?
thing
Been drunk?
when you introduce these things like what are these other here? And again, it's hard. That's hard to do.
But
Though.
you can
It's
say
not. It's not.
Jessica
It's not a
Jones-
complaint because like with Marvel,
You
right?
can say Jessica Jones got. You can say she got snapped, and when she came back, she spent all this time drinking to catch up for lost drunk time.
It's possible. I don't know. That's why, like, I don't know if I don't think Luke Cage is showing up now. I don't this season, all right.
I would like him to show up.
I don't think he does. I don't know. Maybe he does. I don't, whatever. Let's assume he does or does it next season. It's like, where are these guys at? Like, all this going, and it's again, it's tough because it's a Daredevil show, right? I can't complain about
Right.
Spider-Man and then complain about it. So I'm not doing that. I'm just saying it's just how they're going to introduce him. Like, where the fuck were you all this time?
Oh, you know,
Hello,
it's
I could have
easy.
used your help here, man.
I can tell you where Luke Cage is.
Punisher was
He's
there.
in Come On with Iron Fist. Boom. That's it. You're
God,
you're
I hope
out
he's-
helping out your best
he's kidding
boyfriend.
the Iron
So
Fist.
yeah, there you go.
God, that's weird. No, please don't ever bring back Iron Fist. He's not that guy. What's this guy? Finn something?
No, but yeah, don't bring back that guy, but bring
He
back
was
Iron Fist. The
so
character is
bad.
cool, but don't bring up that guy.
Oh yeah,
Bring
that guy
somebody
was-
who knows how to fight for real. That's what you gotta bring. Yeah.
Please, the guy was so bad. But I don't think he even has to fight for real though. Because he has the mask. So he can, Daredevil.
Oh yeah, I mean you could, but listen, if
You just gotta film it better. You gotta
look like
film
a
it.
martial arts dude, then get somebody. You don't have to get a big name actor.
Oh,
you
no,
can
no.
get anybody who knows how to
That's fair.
fight. Super easy.
I'll give it. Not for sure. I mean, obviously, no one that. Well, most of the people don't do their own stunts. I know Keanu Reeves does a lot.
Listen,
Kudos to
listen.
him.
I know we're getting to the end of the episode, and I want to show you full circle. Wouldn't it be great to live in a world where Chuck Norris was Iron Fist?
That's what I'm saying. Well, the only problem with that, this is the only negative to having is Iron Fist. You don't need anybody else. So there's no Daredevil, no Punisher, because there's Chuck Norris. There's nobody else. You don't need anybody else, dude. He's in there. I got it. Okay, got it. And that's it. So there's no universe to Chuck Norris. To be fair, right? Am I wrong here? Yeah. So he's too much. He's overkill.
Absolutely.
He's Century, for that matter.
Yeah, Century.
We miss Chuck. I love Chuck Norris. Chuck is great, man. It's a legend, man. I know people who are not younger have no clue who he is. And I met a guy who's like, "Who's Chuck Norris?" Get the fuck out of here, man. I want to talk to you.
Go look up your fucking history. Know your fucking
God,
history.
you know who Chuck Norris is, for Christ's sake. I know he's not. He was never as big as at the time Schwarzenegger or whatever. Even Seagal, he was never that level. Like
Right.
Seagal was a bigger name, right? But Seagal sucked. This guy's terrible. Or Van Damme for that matter. At least Van Damme.
Yeah.
I heard he's a fighter. From what I hear.
Oh, well, I heard he's a gymnast primarily, but then did some fighting as well.
But he can fight. I forgot who was Michael J. White was talking about it.
Okay.
Who's legit, like
Yeah, he's legit. He's legit.
He's legit, right?
Like, put it this way: when I heard he got cast in Dark Knight, I go, "Oh, is he gonna be a villain?" And they made him like a gangster. I was like, I would have liked if he did.
I know, like
okay,
he was kind of wasted from that sense. So I give you 100% with you.
yeah.
But he's legit. But he was talking about he said Seagal, whatever. But he did mention, and he would know. That's what he does. That Van Damme could actually fight. From what he was talking about, stuff like that. So
that's good.
And he knows, like, that guy's. If you guys don't know who Michael J. White is, he's legit, man. He's
legit.
Best, he is. You're right. I wish Dark Knight he would have been. Yeah, it's like when I got the guys from the Ring and Star Wars, and you just give them a half scene.
God,
egregious. Egregious. J.J. is the worst. I swear to God, please. But that said, we honor Chuck Norris out there, any fans out there. Salute you guys for sure. But that said, like him, we are also going off the air. And those are the nuggets for the week.
Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you for coming to us all the time. Even though we take breaks in between, you always showing up. We appreciate it so much. Don't forget to go to Latin Nerd Network here on YouTube, where you can look at shows such as Nerdsplaining and The Watch List and Dennis' Choice and other shows. Don't forget to go to DangerousSquad.com to pick up your digital copy of my comic book, Danger Squad, available for you right there as well. If you go to ericdasilva.com, EricDasilva, you can. It's a new website. We got a redesign and the whole thing. So come feel free to check all that out.
Ooh,
I will
fancy.
be doing shows in Georgia. I will be doing shows in multiple cities in Georgia for April. For May, I'm going to be in Fort Myers at Snappers
Oh,
Comedy Club on May 28th through 30th. So come check me out there. I will be doing shows in Canada in the second week of May. I'll put up the club information there, so come check me out there. And don't forget to pick up my album, Adorably Offensive. We're all digital comedy albums can you purchase. Album is there. Join that. And let us know what you think about Daredevil and Invincible and what you think about Marvel moving. And is Spider-Man movie a Spider-Man movie? Well, we want to hear all the ways we all agree that Jose's wrong. Let us know. And guys, we'll turn it for next week. Until then, I've been Eric De Silva. This has been Jose Romero. We have been Nerdsplaining. And if you don't know, now you know. Boom.
boom.